what are the things we need to do? Number one, we need to understand asymmetry between us and the Christians, and we have to make communications. That's number one. Number two, take advantage of the polarized society. We did not polarize society. Our enemies did. Okay? Because for 2000 years, this is where we should never be apologetic. For 2000 years, we nourished every religion that came into India, including Judaism, Christianity, Zoroastrianism, Islam, and Tibetan Buddhism. And it is now time for them to reciprocate in kind. And they instead polarize. So we will take every one of these things, like Kudangalam protest, or the current undergoing Islamic protest, or the various invasions of a temple desecration. All of these are led by the Christians. And they are doing this because they introduce things like Tani Tamilagam and all these thoughts, okay, just to polarize society, so that the society can be biased against Narendra Modi, they can be biased against North India. In fact, yesterday I was seeing there is one of these separatist TV channels called Pudhiya Kalavai, and I was seeing one of these, whether the wealth of Tamil Nadu is being looted by the North, or is Tamil Nadu getting there. Okay, so now none of this is based on truth, but then they can keep on simply hammering the same memes time and again, and they are polarizing society. So our enemies are doing it all the time, but we do not take advantage of that because we are more interested in appeasing the social elite and the Westerners and leftists. Okay? Think of it for a minute. In 1989, the BJP had 2 members of parliament. Am I correct? 84. We had 2 members of parliament. Okay. How did we come to power? What was the one event that turned everything around? Ram Janmabhoomi. Okay, and the demolition of Babri Masjid. And then I was told by a person who was a police officer who retired from Faizabad that most of the Karsayas who came and demolished the Babri Masjid were not North Indians. Actually, a large number of them came from Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so we completely broke the barrier because what we did was society recognizes the need. The society recognizes that society is polarized, and there is a lot of discomfort about the minorities who are intolerant. Okay, and when we bring it to the fore, we take advantage of that. Then we put Hinduism on the podium, and then our Hindus can come to power, and we have to come to power if we want to do anything. And the moment you think we are going to be just like, appease the leftists, appease the elite, appease the Westerners, we will neither appease them, we will neither satisfy them, nor will we ever come to power. Third one is, mockery and ridicule are the most powerful weapons against Christianity. You can never say that I will only criticize the missionaries, but I won't touch Jesus. I won't touch Bible. You have to go after Jesus, you have to go after the Bible. So if you have been following the writings, I call Jesus a prenatal incestuous rapist. That's just the definition he gave for the description there in the Bible. Because the Bible says that the Virgin Mary, when she became pregnant, was completely confused what had happened to her. That means it was not consensual sex. It was rape. Then it happened when she was a teenager. That means she was a minor. Okay, and then later on the Bible says Jesus was born as the son of Mary. That means it was an incestuous rape. And the weirdest thing is, all of this happened even before Jesus was born. That means it was a prenatal incestuous rape. Scientifically impossible, but everything within the Bible is scientifically impossible. But when we say these things, because think of it for a moment, when they call the Hindu divinities demons, Satan, and they vilify them, they are not pulling punches, and you cannot be shy of. You have to bring Jesus down from the pedestal where he has been unfairly put, down to the gutter where he belongs. Because unless you dismantle Jesus and the Bible, you are not going to take on this story. Next one, the opposite. We should never be shy of it. Because Swami Vivekananda has given us the guidance. He called them perverts. He did not call them converts. He called them perverts to Christianity. He went a step further. He said everyone who has perverted to Christianity or Islam is not merely a Hindu less, but an enemy the more. So, if we care about our society, if we care about Hindu Dharma, then it's our duty to do the opposite of every convert to Christianity. Next one, how do Christians control their congregations? How do they control the flock? Because to get school admissions or to get college admission, they have to fall in line. So they have to obey, they have to attend the church every Sunday, and they have to be true Christians all their life if they want their children to be admitted to schools and colleges. And why are we not challenging it? Why cannot we say that every school, including the minority administered institutions, will be administered with government, and the government will nominate whoever gets admitted to the various quotas. So the moment you take power away from them, you are going to sabotage the entire Christian apparatus. Likewise, see that there.
With this constitution, is that possible?
So here's the thing, right? Our enemies are not shy of amending the constitution. And then, have you heard of Narendra Dabholkar? So Narendra Dabholkar he died a couple of years ago, right? And he was social activist slash reformer. Okay, back then he was a Christian stooge. What he did, he proposed in Maharashtra an act to curb all the superstitions. All the superstitions, superstitions were Hindu practices, like wearing a talisman and all these things around hand. He did not touch Christian or Islamic superstitions. So our enemies are not keeping quiet. They are ready to legislate. They are ready to bring the laws. We should do the same. Okay, if it takes modifying the constitution, we will do it. But
it will affect the basic. They will claim, Supreme Court will claim it affect the basic structure of the constitution. So there's something short of a coup. It's just impossible.
I don't entirely agree. Okay, so here is the thing, right? Was it in 2002 election when Karunanidhi started his election rally from the stage of the Vishwadhi Parishad? That was in 2002, I think. Okay, what was that? Because Karunanidhi thought he's anti-Hindu, as anti-Hindu as it gets, as one gets, but he thought that the Hindus were being on the rise. So he created his ideological hatred for Hinduism and hence instead started from the VHP platform. Okay. Every politician will do that, provided the Hindus can build a congregation and we demand all these things. So if we demand that, for example, Professor Vaidyanathan has summarized from IIM Bangalore has summarized how many billions of dollars flow into the Christian mission. So just on the official account, every month, 2,600 crores of rupees flows into missionary organizations in Tamil Nadu alone. Okay? And the unofficial number will be much more than that. Now, why can't we put forth an idea like this? Let's say place like Dharmapuri district. We say Dharmapuri district gets 75 crores every month. Okay, and this will constitute a local community, a local panel drawn from all the caste groups. Okay, so 12% 1 year, 14% whatever, Harijans and everything. Right, proportionately we will take them. We will constitute the committee. This committee will decide how these funds will be dispersed. So our people will happily go and loot all the money and then we will sabotage this. So we have to think of it, right? And if we are not thinking of the stratagem, we are not going to do this battle at all. Then I talk about legislating, and then most important, we need to demand the freedom to criticize Christianity. Because today, someone like Sanal Edandaru, right? Sanal Edandaru is a rationalist, and but unlike most others, he also has attacked Christianity, so I respect him. He exposed there was a scam in Mumbai. Right, and where they claim that tears are coming off the eyes of Jesus, right? And then they saw taking water bottles. No, Jesus. There was a Jesus statue in Bombay, in Mumbai, and then they talked about, they actually put in bottles and they distributed everyone, including the pregnant women. Okay, and Sanal Edandaru came in group that was actually gutter water, which was raising through capillary reaction and then coming out of the hole in the eyes of the statue. And then he had to flee the country. He's still sitting in Vienna. Okay. And we had a golden opportunity to stage a coup because this happened in 2014. The first thing Modi ji should have done, he would have done it if he had demanded, is to say, India will not tolerate this kind of persecution of rationalists and we want Sanal Edandaru to come back and then the parliament will protect. Okay. So we would have staged a coup and then that would have, galvanized the Hindus, but we did not do it. But now we have to demand the freedom to criticize Christianity because unless we criticize and ridicule and mock, we'll be only talking in places like this and not on television channels. Next thing, which is the last one, which is something most of you are not going to like. But Christian hegemony and Western hegemony are joined at the hip. One does not exist without the other. So we have to kick Keats, Facebook, and secularism out of this country. And why is that? Is it because I think Keats was a terrible poet? No. I think he was a decent poet. But he was no match to Kannadasan. Forget Kambar or Kalidasa. Okay? But look at the asymmetry here. Okay? Someone like Keats who wrote the word to the female Anopheles mosquito or whatever bird or insect, something he wrote, right? And then the intelligentsia in India, the elite of India think it's a badge of honor to have read and memorized those words. And then you just go back 10 years, 20 years back, people would be still reciting all those things. Have you ever come across a single Westerner who thinks it's important to recite Kalidasa or Kambar or Bhavabhuti or any of these great poets? And the West doesn't have, all of the West does not have a single poet who is comparable to any of these. So that is an asymmetry, right? We put them on the pedestal. And then I was just, the other day I was, out for lunch with my cousin and my niece and everyone. And then she talked about a place called some Swenson, okay, some ice cream shop. Okay, I think so it's called Swenson or something, right? And of course it's a made up name, it's a bogus name because I never heard of that name in Europe or America. And why do we not have a Sivanese ice cream parlor? And why does it have to be Swenson? Right? Because we are still cultural slaves of the West. And then think of it, China blocked Google, Facebook, everything. And they built their own technology. They are no longer dependent on the West. We whine, we cry when Congress Party and Cambridge Analytica do all of our data and then they sabotage all the election process in India. But why are we not demanding the obvious? Okay, the obvious is block all these things and for 5 years we will build all of our technology and we will get off there. And as I just look around, there are, I think almost all the women are in Indian attire, right? So, and every one of the men, except one or two here, is wearing clothes and shirts, which is the most uncomfortable attire you are wearing here. And think of it, why do we not demand the corporations, every companies we work for, that at least 3 days in a week, or preferably every day of the week, people should go attired in Indian clothing. Okay? And this is not only about cultural hegemony, it's also not only about asserting ourselves, but this is about actually generating jobs too. Okay? Because when you wear a saree, okay, there is a local tailor, right, who's stitching the blouse or doing the embroidery, right? And all these jobs are gone. Okay, when the moment you wear your Western attire, all of these go to Levi's or any of these Western companies, okay, or their satellites in India. Okay? But this goes a little bit more than that, right? Why do we have weekends off? It's a Christian concept, if you did not realize. Okay, I don't buy all this bogus story, it allows us to de-stress, unwind, all these things. These are the, prissy handed over to us on a template Western propagandas and we repeat those. Okay? The real reason is, Judaism, again, which is in the Bible, it says Sabbath is on Saturday and the Jews cannot work. Okay, and the Christians, Sunday is the day of God. Okay, and then they cannot work. So they reached a mutual compromise with Jews and the Christians, and they say Saturdays and Sundays we will not work. Countries like Israel and other Arab countries have at least adapted a little bit, Friday and Saturday, right? But we have not. In India, Christmas is a holiday, Ram Navami is not. Okay? And instead of having weekends off, what if every one of us had 108 days off in a year, okay, which we use for our own festivals? For example, every one of the temples has all these temple festivals, Rath-yatra and all these things. Right? And what are the two instruments played in every one of the temples in these festivals? Nagaswara, Tabel. Right? Because these two are not concert instruments. If you play the picture of the microphone, your eardrums will come in a minute. Right? These two are temple instruments. These are played in a large setting. So now, if we created this kind of a model, now let's say in Tiruvarur there is a festival, there will be 10,000 people from Chennai who will take their families, go there and camp for a week. And what all it does, it reverses the flow of economy. Right? Now the local economy can thrive. And that is now rooted in our culture. Then the Nagaswaram uniforms who are now becoming extinct. Right? So we talk of all these greats like Rajaratnam Pillai and others. And his granddaughter is a Facebook friend of mine. She and I have conversed a lot on Facebook. And she talks about how many of them are literally starving. And in another 10 or 20 years, we won't have any Nagaswaram villains in this country. Okay? And we won't have the villains. And is that what we want? But if we reverse this and we don't have weekends off, it gives us complete freedom. If we can take off whenever we want, we will go to activities temple festivals, or you will go for a month to the Char Dham in the Himalayas, or you will go to Rameshwaram, you will go to Parni and every one of these places. And you are spawning your own local economy. And most importantly, The moment you say no to Western culture or Western hegemony, you are also saying no to Christianity and you are saying yes to Hindu. Thanks to Narendra Modi ji, we have accomplished Congress Mukt Bharat. Almost. 2 more states are left. But it's in our hands to accomplish and achieve a Christianity Mukt Bharat. Thank you very much. Now I open the questions.
Okay, we will have questions. You will have to make sure that all your questions are asked within 10 seconds. Right? Let it be a question.
Good evening, sir. My name is Narayan. I followed you on Facebook and I came to know that you are an atheist. I just want to know, there are 2 different atheists in India. One is a Hindu atheist, one is our regular atheists who are agents of the Christians.
I got it.
So can you please give us the same?
So the Mahabharata talks about.
One second. Oh, okay. In case anyone is leaving, please do wait. I will probably come there. In case anyone is leaving. Go ahead.
So there is a word in Sanskrit called Nirishvara Darshana. Nirishvara Darshana. Okay. So when you look at the Mahabharata calls Sankhya, one of the 6 darshanas, which Adi Shankara refers to, it calls it Nirishvara Sankhya. Okay. The reason is, what it means is, it's not a rejection of God, it's not a rejection of Ishvara. What it means is, to establish the truth, you do not have to invoke God. Okay. So this is something Jayantavata and others also talk about. So and likewise, in Arthashastra, Kautilya also calls Lokayata and Sankhya and all these philosophies as Onvikshiki. Okay, meaning these are the ones which are scientific and logically determinable, and you do not have to have them. You do not have to believe in God. Okay. So Nirishvara Darshana is a very fundamental part of Hindu traditions. It may be a minority tradition, it could be a minority philosophy within Hinduism, but it is a very important part of them. It's not a rejection of divine, it's not a rejection of temples. I go to temples, I participate in all of our Hindu traditions and all of our rites, everything. I'm not rejecting of it, but personally, I am attracted more towards traditions like Sankhya, Nyaya, Vaisheshika and others, and that's what Nirishvara means. Unfortunately, there is no English equivalent for that, so I have to resort to the word atheist. Yeah. Maybe we can come back after others ask, so that we just don't have follow-up questions.
My question is on this Joshua project topic. So if you see, I seen used by Francois Gardner, who's a French journalist who's written about this Joshua project. You see, they have database of every religious people all across the world.
I got the question, yeah.
So what is going to be done there?
Sure. So his question is, what is the Joshua project? Okay. So the Joshua project is a very insidious project. Okay, it's launched by a consortium of Christian organizations, every one of the mainstream organizations. What they have done is by zip code, by caste, by subcaste, they have all the data. Who is converted, what are the economic indexes, and what can be used to allure them, and how can we bring them together as a congregation, convert every one of them. So, in fact, this succeeded a lot in the Malwa district of Punjab. Okay, that's the only place where Aam Aadmi Party won in the last elections. Okay, because that's where they have accomplished most of the conversions. So Joshua project is one of the most dangerous projects, and that's why we have to challenge all these things, because Christians are attacking us with multiple weapons.
Yeah, is also part of it.
Exactly.
Hi, my name is Anand Venkat. You spoke about non-toxin, right? You spoke about non-toxin. My question is our basic understanding of Hinduism and our inability to put it across to the youth of today, in many ways, the reason why others have been able to influence them. Don't you think like a deeper understanding of Hinduism for ourselves is more important before we ask we tell people who go there? This is why you need to stay.
Thank you. So, it's a very good question. And the analogy I invoke is that of an oncologist. So, if you are a cancer patient, you go to the oncologist, she would tell you, first I am going to take you off all inoculation. Number two, I am going to put you on a very strict regimen of diet, chemotherapy and radiation. So, you lose all your health. But then, your cancer cells are also getting killed. Then she will talk about, alright, now that your cancer is gone, I am going to give you all the nutrition, go and talk to this dietitian, she will bring you back to good health. So likewise, our Hindu society today is cancer ridden. Okay, and Christianity is the cancer that's attacking us. Okay? Yes, everything you are saying is very important. We have to teach Hinduism, we have to inculcate a correct understanding of Hinduism in the minds of the children. But we should not think and we should not hope just doing that will prevent Christian conversions from happening. Because Christianity attacks India like a mimetic virus, like a cancer. So we have to also fight. So for example, Yudhishthira may have been a great statesman, but the Mahabharata battle could have never been won without Abhimanyu going and fighting or entering the Padma. So because every one of these battles should have a multi-pronged strategy. So we have to take on Christianity and then we should also educate the Hindus.
If you can all finish asking your questions, we can make a note of this.
Yeah.
So that at one go we can do that. Since we may run short of time and we may ask a few people not to ask questions. So all of you together, if you can ask your questions, then
maybe ask 3 questions at a stretch and then I will answer.
My question is about the Thomas. We are told that Thomas, the disciple of Christ, came to India and specifically Chennai, and we have the Sanctum Church. And there have been many historical writings saying that it's all false, but many people still believe that. How do we? What do we say?
Thank you. I got a second question. The lady here wanted to.
Actually, you said Christ is not, he himself claimed that he is God's son. And it's not true, you said. Similarly, in our Dashavatam also, God said, I have he said. And even in Shiva Purana, we say, they will also dispute it. How do you justify that?
I'll come to that. Third question.
Namaste, my name is Srinath. My question is, how do we respond to those Hindus who say by combating Christianity and Islam, we are actually falling into the Abrahamic flow of things and it is destructing Hinduism within? So how do we respond to our fellow Hindus?
Thank you. Let me answer these 3 questions and I'll come to the next set of them. Okay. Question number 1, the myth of Saint Thomas. In case of those of you who are not aware of it, there is a myth floated by Christianity that Thomas was a disciple of Jesus and he came to India and he spread Christianity and hence Christianity is 2000 years old. There is even a documentary by Charles Dawson which talks about how it's a 2000-year-old religion. First of all, I will take a bit of detour. There is Acts of Thomas. Okay, it's a Gnostic text in which Jesus sells Thomas his twin brother. Jesus and Thomas are twins. So Jesus takes him to the market and sells him for 3 silver coins. It was slave trade. Okay, that's a terrible thing. This is something you should immediately point out to any Christian or any Hindu who says that. By the way, Jesus sold him for just 3 coins. Even Judas took 30 silver coins to betray Jesus. And Jesus sold his own twin brother for just 3 silver coins. I don't know what kind of financial crisis Jesus was in, but regardless, if they had been sold into slavery, then Thomas never made it to India. Number 1. Number 2, but your main question is, it is a bogus story which was invented in the early 19th century, but why do so many people believe? The reasons are twofold. 1, you keep repeating the same meme time and again, most people are going to believe it. Okay? That's why we have to generate our counter memes. And 2, there's a deep-rooted ignorance among the Hindus, among all of the Indians. And that's something we have to address. That's the point, I think Shanmuga Priya lady was ask this question, this is something we have to do because we don't really walk into most of the households. The only books you see are some computer programming books. Right? Apart from that, Hindus don't read books. That's a sad state of affairs. Right? So that's all. So coming to your question. When we say Jesus did not exist, okay, can somebody say, Shiva or Vishnu or, any of these deities did not exist either? Okay. Yes, they can say that. And they are welcome to say that. But that's fundamental, they really say that. But there's a fundamental difference because Christianity, the Bible very clearly says, Jesus was born of a virgin, he was crucified, and then he was resurrected 3 days later. If this is not true, Christianity is false. This is a falsified. In fact, I recorded a podcast on this. I go into all the references, we listen to them, and then Christianity has given a falsified criteria by which Christianity has been falsified. Okay, so Jesus did exist, he was not resurrected, and hence Christianity is false. Now, Hinduism is not dependent on that. Even if you take the Bhagavad Gita, the Vishwarupa Darshana comes only in the 18th chapter of the Gita. In the first 17 chapters, Krishna is in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In the first 10 chapters, Krishna is fighting a frustrating logical battle with Arjuna. Right? Arjuna is emotional, he doesn't want to fight his brothers, his own teachers and others, and Krishna is giving logical reasons. He says, if you don't do this, you are giving up on Swadharma and then you are destroying Dharma in society. Hence you should do this, right? And he never says, or I am God, I am asking you to do this. Okay, so Hinduism is not dependent on, the validity of Hinduism is not dependent on the historicity of Rama, Krishna, Shiva, or any one of these. And even the Siddhanta and all of these things we have established are not based on this person existed at this place at this time. Third question you asked was, other Hindus may say, when you attack Christianity, you are bringing Hinduism down to the level of gutter where Christianity is.
Not that. We have actually converted into Abrahamic.
Correct. We are also becoming Abrahamic, right? In other words, should we emulate their means when you do it, right? It's as simple as that. Okay, now let's say you are.
So it is correct. It is not that should we emulate them. It is really that we are actually distorting our own culture and tradition.
We are not. That's what I mean exactly pointing out. I pointed to Jayanta Bhatta and his book Argumentandara. In Argumentandara, so Argumentandara and Jayanta Bhatta are, it's a Nyaya Vaisheshika text, and Jayanta Bhatta was one of the towering logicians India produced. He lived around 7th century. In that he says that rival ideologies harmful to society and individuals should be ridiculed, mocked, and mercilessly suppressed. Okay. So there is a Hindu precedent for doing it. Okay. Number one. And number two, Hinduism also points out there are times when you have to fight. So if you take all the Dharma Shastras, they all say an Athatai Brahmana should be killed, which means a Brahmana who takes up weapons in his hands should be killed. Okay, but then they make exceptions. Okay, there are times to safeguard Dharma, you can take up weapons. And similarly, if you go back to the Vedas, there is a concept called the Brahya. Okay, so the Brahya was supposed to go through all the Brahmacharya ashrama, and he had to take to all the Yogavita, everything, and then he had to follow all the reins. But if Dharma is threatened, he can go to enemy territory and he can take off his sacred thread, and then he can come into any deed which is essential to safeguard Dharma. So in Dharma we also have this word Satyam, right? But then what did Krishna tell Yudhishthira to go and tell Drona? Right? So there are times lies are allowed. Okay, so we are faced with an extraordinary situation. Christianity is destroying us, and then we have to fight back. If we don't, then we will not have any Hinduism. So sometimes we have to resort to stratagem, which is not something we want to do, because for 2000 years we did not do it. We have been really nice to all of them. They are not reciprocated. So what else can we have? Next 3 questions.
Three short questions.
This would be the last set of questions. I'm sorry, because we are running short of time. We'll have a last set of questions, but Kalavai will be around, so we can have an informal chat out with him.
RTE and the collegium recommendation recommending Joseph as the Supreme Court judge, and the entry of Hallmark.
Yeah, in WhatsApp there's a message saying that by 2040 Hindus goes minority and will be having first Muslim Prime Minister. How do you see this?
Any archaeological evidence that Jesus was born, lived, crucified, and
correct. Any opportunity depends.
I'll answer all the three.
I belong to the field of yoga, and I just wanted to know how not to play to the forex bringing Westerners and stay strong in the field of yoga.
So the collegium question, I did not answer. I'm not an expert in that. Okay, so I'll skip that question. And then the second question was from Walmart question. Okay, so and then the Muslims will be a minority. Hindus will be a minority. That's correct. That's what I anticipate. If we don't do something drastic, if we do not fight back, I expect Hindus to become a minority in India, and very soon, losing their privileges. In fact, already we have fewer privileges than Christians and Muslims. It will get worse. And then say, like you pointed out, we brought up a very good example of Walmart. So Western hegemony and Christianity go hand in hand, and Walmart is a very evangelical. So third question, is there any archaeological evidence? Answer is absolutely no. There is no archaeological, there is no historical evidence for the existence of Jesus. In fact, in my podcast I talked about that. I will be releasing one more podcast. In the first century, Greco-Roman writers as well as the Jewish writers wrote extensively. There is not a single mention of Jesus. In fact, they talk about a lot of other Jesus, okay, not the Jesus of the New Testament. Okay, so there was one Jesus who said he's going to walk the Red Sea, and then he marched with a whole bunch of his followers, and then walked into the sea, and then he couldn't part, the sea consumed him. Okay, but no such thing for Jesus. There's no evidence that he existed. And there are two books you may want to consult. One is a book called The Holy Lived as the Oral Lived by Alan Dennis. Okay, it talks about what is called the Messiah template. There are 24 or 25 features the Messiah had, like born of a virgin, crucified and resurrected, and all of these things. And these are common to all the Greco-Roman gods of the time, like Zeus and others. And the Jesus scores 19 over 24 or 25 over there. And then Zeus scores 23. Jesus, I think, second or third at the time. It was one of the common myths, and if you go even on YouTube, my friend and scholar Richard Carrier has written extensively about it, and he talks about how this myth, what was a myth in the first couple of centuries, got projected as history. Then
About yoga.
Yoga. Once again, I'm not an expert on yoga, except I have just read about it, so I will see the question.
Right. So thank you so much. I'm sorry.